Post-match reaction with Jolie.
This is the reaction.
Let's
go.
That was resilient.
It was.
I think, to the word. Resilient is definitely the word.
Yep.
Saints had lots of opportunities in the first half, and were probably the better side in the first half, but we were definitely the better side in the second half. And, gee, that last 10 minutes, it was agonising.
Yeah, well, we could have put them away a number of times in that last quarter, and it was awesome to see how well we were able to lock it into our forward half, because you're right, in the first half, it looked like they were cutting through us like they have in the last couple of weeks, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic to see.
Yeah, no, it was real good. Plenty of guys to shout out. Look, I hang shit on him a lot, and I think it's about time I give him some credit, but Andy McGrath was sensational tonight.
Fantastic game.
I'm probably his harshest judge, but like a complete defender's game in that this throwing himself at the footy to defend, getting the ball on the rebound, hands below his knees were fantastic. He gets on the score sheet as well and does everything. There were a few times there watching where the ball went inside forward 50 and I'm like, oh God, what's going to happen here? And McGrath was one of the main reasons it came out the other side, so I think he deserves it.
Yeah, he's really stepping up and playing really well. He's now strung 3 really good games together, so it's an awesome sign for the season. And yeah, he's definitely, his disposal wasn't super noticeable in the ways that it has been in the past, that it hasn't been good. He's making good decisions, which is awesome.
Yeah. Merritt, another clinical game from him. Just it's hard giving him a shout out every week, because it's just, this is kind of what we expect now. Like, he's just the absolute perfect leader of what we want. Look, speaking of leaders, the former captain Dyson Heppel was pretty good. Just intercept marking was great. Really, really tough at the footy when he needed to be. Look, a couple of bad turnovers, and I think on the turnovers from the whole team, it was really that quick kick out of defence that was the problem, because Heppel did it, Cox did it, Laverty did it, Martin definitely did it and cost us a goal, where they got it and went, all right, we've just got to go fast, and they might have just gone that little bit too fast that they stuffed the kick, and then, St Kilda capitalised on us. But, they were all culpable of it, but it was a clear directive and, it was working at times.
That's right. And also, like, we're talking about our kicking, you don't have to look too far back to remember when we just bombed it into the 50 and bombed it into the 50 and bombed it into the 50. And we're clearly lowering our eyes now, and it's giving our forwards a chance to take a mark on the lead and have a set shot. Yeah,
speaking of forwards, Harry Jones, laid in, if you looked at social media, most people weren't happy with it, but, gee, Harry showed, that was the glimpses of Harry from a couple of years ago when he, kind of came onto the scene, played some really good games, and his marks were awesome. There was that mark where he ran back with the flight, and I don't think he didn't realise that he actually was paid the mark and he played on. But a couple of goals from him, some really good contested work. You said during the game, Joel, like, he's kind of got 4 weeks now to play until Peter's back, and we probably expect Goldie to have a rest at some stage. So I'm wrapped from him. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I'm just going to give a shout out to the fact that we were able to dominate the centre clearance after halftime. We were looking at the stats. It was 5-5 at halftime, and then at one stage we looked up and it was 13-6 the Dons' way. So to be able to recognise that and turn it on, which has been our strength in the first few weeks out of the centre, was also fantastic.
Yeah, it really was. Xavier Dersma deserves a shout out.
Strong defensive effort.
Really strong defensive effort. It's got a goal. We got to see our first bow and arrow celebration, which I enjoyed. Just getting us out of jail. There was one right in front of us where the two Bens, Hobbs and Mackay, just cooked it completely, and it was Dersma who laid the goal-saving tackle almost in the end there. Really happy for him. Who else have I forgotten?
I think for me as well, there was a period where we needed to turn the momentum in the second and third quarter before Duz got injured, that he was laying some strong tackles and attacking the contest really fiercely. And I know he ended up going down, which I really hope it's not too serious, but I think he was one of those people who recognised in his head, we got to do something about this and add the Essendon edge back into it.
A lot of edging going on tonight. I mean,
big edge.
I'd be keen to see how many people edged whilst we were here under the dome. So we watch Heine's doing some laps. Heine did some good things when he came on.
Yeah, he did. I like him much more forward of centre, I think. I think if he's going to be creative and make a mistake, it's better off that it happens forward of centre. Yeah,
for sure. Package, the pack, great game from him. Obviously got the match-winning goal, did some really good things. Langford, again, very reliable. Look, he cost Draper an incredible goal, but we'll forgive him for that because he kicked some when we needed to. Who else deserves a shout-out, do you reckon?
Look, I thought Mackay was solid. He did make a couple of big mistakes by foot, but I thought in some really key moments where we needed a strong defender, he was there.
Have we shouted out Nick Martin?
No.
He got. He had the ball a million times, but look, a heap of the footy, did some really good things. The fantasy score might pad it out for a few people, but he played a good game. Don't get me wrong.
And I think the role that he plays is, if he plays that role perfectly like he did today, that's great as long as everyone else is around him defensively. You can have someone who's offensively minded as long as everyone else is doing their job.
Yeah.
And I thought Redmond was pretty strong in some patches as well. He probably faded a little, but good return game.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1s from me. I'm going to give Andy McGrath 3 votes. I think he thoroughly deserves it. I'm probably going to give Merritt 2 votes, and then it's a toss-up between Martin and Heppel for 1. I think I'll just go Martin just simply because out of man he got, and then honourable mentions to Dersma and Heppel. What about you? 3, 2, 1.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to argue with that, to be honest. I think. I think Zach Merritt really lifted when we need him to lift, so maybe I'll give him 3.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably give Martin 2, and then I wouldn't mind giving Langford 1 just because I think he's so reliable. You know, even though he might not get one in the real thing, I just think like when we need him, he kicks a goal.
Yeah.
No, it's fantastic.
That's fair. There are our 3, 2, 1s. Give us your 3, 2, 1s in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Pod will be recorded on Tuesday night this week just because of the Easter long weekend. So it'll be out Wednesday on YouTube, Tuesday night on all the audio channels. Go the Plains.
Go Plains.
Don's footy, baby. Love the edge.